work on a lot of stuff that we needed to work on. And honestly, I felt like we had some really hard practices. Like we were in here going hard for 2.5 hours a lot of the days. And at times it almost felt even more challenging than training camp was for us. So I thought it was a good period for us to work on a lot of things that we needed to work on, but also things that the coaching staff identified was areas that we were weak in the first 26 games and that we have to improve in, especially defensively going forward if we want to have a chance to win a lot of games.
Chris, you also mentioned that you guys kind of grew a lot closer as a team in terms of team chemistry. Did you feel that at all from this break?
Yeah, I think just having time to like do things outside of basketball, whether it was set up by the team or things that we were just planning on our own. It was fun to do that and not have so much pressure on us and the basketball pressure. And you don't have to think about a game that was the day before, a game that's happening 2 days later, just to really enjoy the moment and spend time with your teammates. I think building relationships is really important, and I think that's going to help us have success through these last 14 games.
Go Scott, then we go Matt.
Ty was joking how he was kind of the mayor of All-Star Weekend. What do you kind of expect to carry that torch for next year?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, I'll be hiding. I'm just happy I'll be able to sleep in my own bed. If I'm lucky enough to be an All-Star again, I would just not have to sleep in a hotel room, not have to travel. I think that's what I'm most excited about. But honestly, I'm really happy for our organization and our franchise and the city of Indianapolis. I think it's a testament how they've supported us to begin the year and the first 26 games. We've had a ton of fans on the road, had a ton of fans every single game at home. It's been sold out. You can just feel the buzz and excitement. So I don't think there was a better place for the All-Star game to go next year. I think everybody knew that. So I know they're going to do everything they can to make this All-Star the best there has ever been in WNBA history. And I don't think, I think that's something that is easily going to be accomplished because they're going to spend a lot of time and resources into making it special, not only for the athletes that are chosen to, represent their franchises, but for the city that has given so much and our fans that have given a lot. And, I'm excited even though it's a year away. I'm sure my family's already planning. Who knows? I'll be here one way or another, whether I'm there or not. I guess I live a minute away. I could walk here, so.
When the numbers come out this week about just everything going through the roof since you got here, are you numb to all that? Or does that, other than Freddie blowing up, obviously?
Yeah, Freddie did blow up.
What is that feeling like for you?
I think statistics are very interesting. I think it's one thing to feel it, but when you have numbers that are backing it up and you see that growth from just less than a year ago even to now, it's absolutely incredible. It makes me excited about the possibility of the future. It makes me very grateful for everything that's happened. And it's impacted a lot of people's lives, and obviously not just us players, but people that work here, Freddie, whatever it is, people that work in the team shop, or, you can go on and on about everything that has kind of changed. But I think for me, it's numbers really, numbers don't lie. And it's the same as basketball. Numbers don't lie, film doesn't lie. And it's the same for how much growth our franchise has had over the course of the last year. So it makes me really happy. And some of those stats are really funny, like hot dog sales and Freddie appearance, people wanting Freddie to come and show up at whatever it is. We might have to get more Freddies, I guess, honestly. I don't know how many. There's a mini Freddie. I like mini Freddie. Mini Freddie just shows up randomly every 10 games. It's you never know when he might show up, and then mini Freddie is suddenly on the court for a game. So maybe he'll be there tonight. I don't know. Who knows?
We go Matt, then we go Christine.
Hi, Caitlin. With these 3 more weeks off, how more refreshed, rested do you feel compared to start of the season where you had the 3 weeks to prepare after the draft?
Yeah, I definitely feel more fresh and prepared and whatever it is, but I think, still understanding that this league is very difficult and kind of getting back into the routine of things. I felt like we were playing good basketball right before the break, and especially myself, I felt like I was starting to get in a groove, so it was kind of a weird thing of I wanted to kind of keep playing. I felt like we were kind of find our flow together, and me, myself, and then you go on a month-long break and it's you don't get to play for a month. So I think there's definitely a balance of it, and I feel like we've been itching to get back out on the court, especially over the course of the last week. It's we've been ready for it, and now you guys just got to come out and show the work that you've put in. And some games are going to be great, some games aren't going to be great. That's just how this league works. It's going to be taking it one game at a time. And I thought that's what we did really well there over the course of the last 2 weeks before the break, is we were only going one game at a time. And I think that helped us have more success, honestly.
go Christine, then finish with James.
Caitlin, two questions. One, when was the last time you didn't play a game for a month? Was it a year ago, going into the Kinnick?
Probably, yeah. So we had our foreign trip that summer too, so probably in that area, yeah.
Right. And we're past the halfway point, obviously, but this is kind of seen as a restart or what have you. How would you assess what you went through in that first part of the season? You know, the running the gauntlet of the 11 games in 20 days and not only surviving but thriving. Kind of what is your assessment of that as you now look ahead? Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I can reflect back on, and I feel like I've grown so much, and I'm really proud of myself because I felt like those first 11 games in 20 days were like really difficult for myself because I expect so much of myself and I wanted to be so good, not only for my teammates, and we were all trying to figure it out, and everybody expected us to be great, and then you're 1-8 and everybody's frustrated and we're like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? But I think continuing to stay positive and to stay the course, I think it taught us all a lesson of being able to persevere and be resilient and show everybody that instant gratification isn't always, you know, the greatest thing in the world, but that's always what everybody wants. And I think it's going to prepare us for these last 14 games, honestly. I think if we don't start 1-8, who knows, you know, where we're going to be at the end of the year. I think we're in a great position in 7th place, but every single game is going to be important for us. And I think every single person on this team has learned a lot about themselves and what they need to bring to this team to help us be successful. And once we've figured that out, everybody sees like, all right, this franchise has so much potential. And for me, that's what gets me excited and I want to come and work here every single day.
Last one, James.
Caitlin, you've been winning at every stage or every level of your life. And so when you look at this and you're in the thick of the playoff hunt, what's that chase like right now as a competitor?
Yeah, it gets you excited. I think if a lot of people at the beginning of the season, like we're 1-8, and if people thought we were going to go to the break at 7th place, a lot of people would have thought you were lying. I probably would have thought you were lying too. But we just came and continued to work. And once we found our groove, I think people just found confidence. And I think for a young group that, you know, there's like young players. I'm in my first year, AB's in her second, Liz in her third. We're playing a lot of people that don't have a ton of experience in this league and how this league works. Confidence is everything. Confidence is good for the group and it's also contagious. So the more we've had of that, the better we've been. But like Christy said, like obviously playoffs is our goal. That's my goal for this team, but it has to be one game at a time. You can't get too ahead of yourself. That's how good every single team in this league is. Like, you know, we lose to the Mystics at home who have only won 6 games and they're a really, really good basketball team. So that's just an example of you better come ready to play every single night because everybody's gonna give you their best shot.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.